Hello and welcome to Experiencing Love. I'm your host, Philip Jackson. I'm so glad that you're here. Curious about this one thing for you. When you make a mistake, how do you react? What's your go-to? Maybe to make it a little bit easier to answer, what do you turn to 51% of the time? Not all the time, but what do you do more? Do you take responsibility when a mistake happens? Do you try to find out what went wrong? Do you end up putting the fault on yourself or even other people? Do you stay strong? And do you believe in doing better next time, or do you fall down and go into despair when you think that nothing can make it better? I ask these questions because I make mistakes. And if I look at my past and I look at how I was when I was younger and how I am now, I have very different reactions because what I used to do wasn't working. And instead of trying to make that old way of thinking, that old way of reacting work, I decided to try and find and do something different. So what I used to do in the past is I would definitely blame. I would blame myself and other people, but probably mostly other people. I'd find ways how they wronged me or how me messing up was just because someone else did something to me. They either did something to me or they even did something to the situation, to the environment that I'm in that made it easier for me to make a mistake. When you blame other people, it really is just putting this wave of negativity, this bad energy out into the world. I also realized that I didn't feel good when I blamed other people. I didn't feel good when I blamed myself, because there's a difference between blaming and taking responsibility. Nowadays, I practice taking responsibility whenever I can. I'd say that blaming yourself, blaming other people, it's not productive because it's usually done in a way to put yourself or other people down. Whoever's the target of blame is not meant to experience learning. They're meant to experience shame and guilt and pressure. If you're the target of your own blame, you're not exempt from those rough feelings, honestly. So I switched to taking responsibility, like I said before. When something goes wrong, when I make a mistake, or even when I don't initially think I make a mistake, but I'm part of a situation that went wrong, I still take whatever responsibility I can. I will never take all the responsibility unless it's all my fault. I won't make someone else feel better by saying, oh no, it was on me, I did that, my bad, if they have their own part to play. Part of taking responsibility is not to shame, but it's to teach. When you take responsibility and you help someone else take responsibility, you're not doing it in a way to make them feel bad. You're doing it in a way to actually make them feel better about the mistake and tell them that there's another way and it doesn't take much to do something different next time. We're out here just not trying to repeat mistakes. I actually believe in pursuing mistakes because we learn more from making mistakes. Invite them into your life. Accept them. Don't try to run away from them. Meaning, don't try to be perfect. Don't try to correct your entire life all at once, because then you're going to deprive yourself from a lot of great experiences, a lot of great moments. So in taking responsibility, sometimes you just have to see what went wrong and what you could have done differently. Maybe not even better, just different. One thing I love about people and about just being a person and talking to others, it's seeing just this wide range of experiences and reactions and ways of living life. It doesn't take a lot to see that everybody's different and everybody has their own ways of figuring out life, of making mistakes, of learning, and of growing. And this all came from this idea, this moment I had earlier today where I realized I made a mistake. I realized that I might have slipped up with my words. I maybe have said the wrong thing or honestly didn't say anything. And because of that, I lost a couple friendships. These are friendships that make me sad when I think about them because I know that I left someone in pain. We didn't leave amicably. We left in a way of there was sadness. And it's truly never my intention to make someone sad. I don't want people to leave interactions with me feeling bad. And I know sometimes it happens. I know sometimes it may be unavoidable. It's unavoidable because sometimes people just want to be sad. I know I've had those moments. No matter what someone said or what someone did, I was just looking for a reason, for an excuse to be a little sad. If I've done that before, I know other people have. And I know that we're in control of how we feel. Maybe not our initial reactions. Maybe those are more impulse. But we can decide how long we stay in those emotions. So some people just want to be sad. That's why it's unavoidable. You can't control other people. You can only control yourself. So with that, I guess what makes me sad is when they get sad, but then I leave them sad. We don't repair things. We don't fix things. We don't leave on good terms. It doesn't happen often, but it happens enough that the history of it is sprinkled throughout my life. When I think about where I'm taking all of this and where I want it to go, I think about you. And I think about what I want to leave you with. And maybe all that I want to leave you with today is just a thought. A simple thought where you can ask yourself, what could I do a little bit differently? I have no doubt that you're going to come in contact with another person. Maybe it's going to be another 5 people, 10 people, maybe another 100 people in the near future. Eventually, what's going to happen is you're going to make a mistake. You're going to slip up, you're going to say something. And I want you to ask yourself, how do I normally react? And is that working for me? If it's working for you, then I don't want you to do a single thing. I want you to stay exactly as you are. And I want you to just keep going, keep learning, keep growing, keep doing what you have to do. But if it's not working for you, if you have some relationships that have been hurt or destroyed, if you have some relationships that scare you to think about, if you have some people in your life that you're afraid to talk to, I'd consider doing something different. I'd consider a more loving approach. You don't have to love the other person, but give them some of your love just because they are a human, just because they are a person. Appreciate that they have years of experiences for themselves. Appreciate that they've been hurt before. Appreciate that you don't have to do anything to change what they do, to change how they think, because the goal here is to do it for yourself. Love yourself. Give to yourself. Do that by loving others and giving to others. Take responsibility for your mistakes. See what you can do better and promise yourself to do it. When that time comes, make sure to follow through. Just try it once. And if it doesn't work, the beautiful thing is you could always try something new or go back. But once you get a taste for something new, once you get a taste for something different, you're going to keep looking. You're going to be hooked on that novelty, and I swear, it's going to get better and better and better. It'll take some time at first. You might get lucky here and there, and eventually you'll find your groove. You'll find exactly what you're meant to do, how you're meant to do it, and you're going to be glad you went on that journey. I send my love to all the people that I've hurt before. I want everybody to know that I have no ill will against anyone. In fact, nothing would make me happier than to just see smiles on their faces, really. Whether I'm in their life or not, it doesn't matter, because what matters more is that they're enjoying their day, their week, their month, their year, their life. You know, I just want them to enjoy this one ride we get on this planet, in this lifetime. And it really is arrogant and bold for me to assume that those people are still hurting. Honestly, my guess is most of them have forgotten all of those things. I don't think I've ever done anything so crazy, so painful that someone is holding a grudge for months and years on end. Well, I can maybe think of 1 or 2 people. And honestly, for them, I'm going to send them double the love. Triple, if I have to. Honestly, triple because I can. I still question a lot of things about myself, about my path, about where I'm going, and about what mistakes I may be making. One thing I don't plan on changing is my belief that I trust the process, I trust where I'm going, and I trust it'll all work out. That's one thing I think I'm doing right. So I hope to figure it out. I hope you figure out everything that you have going on. No matter how long it takes, I want you to stay persistent and just do it. Do what you have to do. So while you sit here and learn, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day and rest of your night. I hope you try something different tonight. Maybe a little less blaming, a little less criticizing, and a bit more love. You deserve that for yourself. Just remember to fill up with the love, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I love you.